There we go. All right. So Isabelle, so you know a lot of the students from this one saw you at the summit.
Yes.
So these are all our summit attendees from last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we had a webinar on Thursday, this one on Monday. So these are good, educated, well, ready to go students who are excited. So they're excited to see you. I've had a lot of people ask questions about this webinar tonight with you.
Good. I'm excited. We're going to have a good group here.
Yeah, no, a lot of them, because they're asking about, well, what kind of real estate opportunities are there? Because Clint talks a lot about real estate investing. And so they're asking about a lot of real estate opportunities and what's going to happen with the market. You know, no one knows with all the craziness going on. And so they're excited. Well, that sounds good. I don't have to get like 10 houses. I can get like one, and assisted living sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
You know, it was interesting because I've known your dad for a long time. But always as a real estate investor. He was a trainer, he was a coach, he was very involved in real estate. And then we kind of lost track of each other for a few years.
Yeah.
And when we got back together, he was so excited about residential assisted living. I think you had 3 homes at the time.
Yeah.
And then I came down for the first one and I was really quite blown away.
Yeah.
Not just by what you're teaching, but I was really impressed with your students. And the heart of your staff. It was, I've never seen another training group like yours. It really, I mean, you're doing it for the right reasons. You're attracting the right people. They really are people that are trying to do good and do well.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I hope you
love that.
I know
talk a little bit about that.
Are the best of the best, but our students are the best of the best. That's why we love working with you guys.
They are the best. We agree.
When it's good people, that's who we want to share. You know, that's who we want to be saying, hey, did you hear about this? Did you use these people? You know, and we love referring people to you guys because you guys just have top of the line information and knowledge at Protect Wealth Academy. It's just amazing. And it's just so symbiotic, everything that we're doing at RAL and Protect Wealth together.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So Kendall, how are we doing on time?
Well, I guess we're ready to start. The recording's automatic here. So Don, I told Isabelle you can do the best intro.
Oh my gosh.
No pressure, no pressure.
Well, it's so easy because I believe in what Isabelle and the Residential Assisted Living Academy are doing. I talk to your students. I've sat down with hundreds of them now, and just to see their heart and see their dreams and what they want to accomplish. And we sit and strategize, and how can we do this? And we talk about estate planning and income tax reduction and all those nerdy little things that I love. But in the process, I get to see their heart, and I get to see what they're trying to accomplish, and I get to see your training, and I get to see the people that come back and are successful. And I really do believe in your opportunity. So they didn't come to hear me. So Isabelle, I loved your dad. Oh my gosh, I love your family. I love your training. Isabelle, take it from here. Tell our students what you're doing and about the opportunities that you teach.
You got it. Well, thank you guys for coming and joining us this weekend, this evening. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I'm Isabelle Guarino-Smith, as you know, and I'm going to be sharing with you the one and done RAL formula, how to start, own, and operate your very own residential assisted living home to create that purpose, security, and wealth. So let's get into it. As you guys may have heard or know, my father, Gene Guarino, is kind of known as the godfather of assisted living, right? He passed away last October, and, you know, I could have been depressed. I could have said all this work that we've done, all these businesses we've created, all these people we've helped, it's done now, it's over. But instead we decided to say, let's keep this going forward. Let's keep this industry and this vision and everything we're doing to change the senior housing world. Let's keep it moving forward. So nothing happens until you decide you're willing to do something different, until you are ready to change your life. And that's what I said. I'm going to come out from behind the scenes, 7 years behind the scenes. And now I'm here with you guys because it's that important to me for you guys to know what my dad created and what you could create for your families. So I want to introduce you to some of our companies. I've helped build these companies over the last 8 years: 4 Homes to Freedom, Pitch Masters Academy, Recovery Housing Academy, AL Family, REL National Convention, REL National Association, Impact Housing Group, and Residential Assisted Living Academy, which is what I'm here to share with you about tonight. We've trained tens of thousands of people to do what we do. We currently own and operate our own residential assisted living homes, and we invest in and train others how to do this. So why is now the best timing for senior housing, right? Timing's everything. And the baby boomers have been driving the economy for the last 70 years. And this is your last chance to take advantage of the trends that they create. It's their final wave goodbye, as you could say, right? A little pun there for you if you're listening. So our company's motto is to do good and do well, because it's really cool to see all the money that can be made in this industry, but it's really important the impact we can make as well. So I'm going to keep coming back to this. The 85 and plus group is the fastest growing demographic on the planet. When we look at these two charts, it's showing us how many millions of people were alive in 1960 versus 2060, what's projected to come. There's two major differences. That area circled at the top, it's way bigger than it's ever been before. We have a big opportunity on our hands. But the second thing to note is that it doesn't really slow down. There's just way more millions of people on the earth today than there ever were before. So this is something that's coming and it's staying, and that's important to note. Now, what we're talking about with residential assisted living is disrupting the senior housing industry. It's kind of what Uber did to taxi or what Airbnbs did to hotels. That's what residential assisted living is doing to big box facilities. We're saying no more, let's shake it up. There's something new in town, and it's RAL. The silent generation is who is currently in assisted living, right? That's that blue arrow showing you who's there right now. There are 47 million people in the silent generation. And then you see that massive green wall, that wave that skyrockets to the top. The baby boomers are coming. There's 76 million of them. And at the peak, there will be 11,500 of them turning 85 every single day. This is a huge opportunity. You see, COVID changed a lot in our worlds. Some people are out of business and some people are booming. Like we're on Zoom right now instead of me being in person with you, right? A lot changed, we know that. But sometimes when we're looking at the scary future of the world, inflation or recessions or whatever the case may be, sometimes it's easier to think about this question: what's not going to change? Because when money gets tight, that vacation, that Euro trip, that weekend Disney goes away. But mom needing help is never going to change. Seniors aging and needing care doesn't go away just because a recession hits. You see, smaller is better. And that finally got proved in 2020 and 2021. We had a huge influx of people leaving big box facilities to come into our smaller residential assisted living homes because they saw what was happening with their parents or grandparents in these facilities, and they said, get them out. We need something new. We need something better. You have an opportunity to do good and do well, that equilibrium, that money with the heart. Now, I don't want you to just get caught up in the money. I want you to think about the experience that the families are going through. And some of you who are here listening tonight, you might be going through this right now. You see, our journey began with a phone call. Help, grandma fell and broke her hip. She can no longer go home. She needs 24/7 care and help with activities of daily living. We had to find a solution, and we had to find it now. And as soon as you say those words, well, maybe we have to put mom into a home, you feel guilty. You don't feel good about it. You're thinking of every other solution that you could possibly come up with other than that. My grandmother was living in New York. We flew out there and toured every facility around her, and we were disgusted with what was available for her. And I know some of you have toured for similar facilities and you know exactly what I'm talking about. A woman who had raised 7 kids, who was a devoted wife, you know, she deserved the best, not what was out there, not what was available. You know, my grandmother is kind of what kicked off our journey. We decided to give her in-home care. And I'm going to share with you what those numbers look like in just a moment. But after a while, we said, we've got to figure out another solution. This is too expensive. And so we decided to purchase our first residential assisted living home to accommodate her. We were going to move her into it and let her live there for free while we were running the business and cash flowing off of the business. She passed before we could move her in there, but I'm so excited that we get to continue this moving forward. My meme photographed with me here, she's the last of my 4 grandparents living. And it's important for me to give her the best of the best in her golden years. When she needs it, I have that solution for her, and it's not going to cost her a dime. If you don't hear anything else tonight, I urge you to do just one of these homes so you could live for free or provide a house for your parent or grandparent for free. If nothing else, just do one of these homes. Because my dad, he used to always say, I guarantee you're going to get involved in senior housing one way or the other. So just do one home. Now, today we're going to be going over the 5 keys to success in residential assisted living: location, your team, clients, getting paid, and systems. I also want to share with you how you can become a preferred real estate provider, getting twice the fair market rent with a long-term low impact tenant with little or no maintenance. And just because you registered for this webinar, I told Dawn and Kendall I wanted to give you guys above and beyond value. So I'm going to be sending you all a free copy of my dad's book, The One and Done REL Blueprint. This is going to show you step-by-step how to create that home so you can be cash flowing too. Just to introduce you a little bit to who I am, I'm the COO of Residential Assisted Living Academy. I was named top senior housing influencer under 30 by Globe Street Magazine. My family has owned and operated 3 residential assisted living care homes in Arizona. I'm the lead educator at Residential Assisted Living Academy, and we've trained over 100,000 people worldwide. I was named Future Leader by Senior Housing News in 2020, and I've built 8 companies over the last 7 years, 3 RAL specific focused companies. My dad was my absolute best friend, my mentor. You know, he meant the world to me. And, you know, when he passed, I always tell people, they say, I'm sorry for your loss. And I always share exactly what he said is, I didn't lose my dad. I know exactly where he is. And if you want to have that conversation, I'm always open to that. But my dad was amazing. He was featured in magazines and newspapers, TV programs, podcasts, books, everything. But what meant the most to me was when Robert Kiyosaki pointed to him from across the room and said, hey, you're the RAL guy. And he grabbed my dad. They were on the Real Estate Guys radio show cruise. And he said, can we talk? I want you to teach me everything you know about residential assisted living, because I know that it is the best place to invest in real estate. Robert Kiyosaki knew my dad, wanted to hang out with my dad, wanted to learn from my dad. That was a shocker. I was like, Dad, what are you doing here? What trends are you talking about? What? Tell me. I mean, that's a big deal. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the little purple book that everyone loves so much. You know, the book is about getting out of the rat race. And he saw residential assisted living as the perfect way to do that, to be hands-off and cash flow. I want to ask you this question, and I think the chat is open, maybe the Q&A, either one. So I want to test it out. If you're paying attention, how much do you need each month to cover your personal expenses? Think about it for a minute. The house, the car, the kids, the food, the fun. Write it in the chat. I'm gonna look for your answers and see if I can see anything popping up. How much do you need to cover everything? If you just had this one check coming in every single month, you know, would it cover everything so that you could do something that you want to do, whether that's quit a job or focus on something else, focus on a passion project instead of a job that you have to do? Okay, there we go. Thank you. I'm getting some answers. Good. So 10,000, 5,500, 10,000, depending on where you are in the country, this number varies. I know if you're in New York or California, it might be a little different, but for most people in most parts of the country, the freedom number is that $10,000 per month net cash flow. If you had that every month, that would give you the freedom. This residential assisted living opportunity could be that freedom number for you. But why? Why residential assisted living above all the other things that you could be doing? Well, to me, it's about seeing the stats, seeing what's ahead and just following it, right? Following the money. When you look at the demographics, you know that this is where they're going. It's an unstoppable silver tsunami of seniors. It's about timing. It's a 20-year wave that's starting now. And of course, it's inevitable. You're going to get involved one way or another. It's a situation we're all going to deal with. When we talk about how many famous people are getting involved in this, you've got Robert Kiyosaki, you've got Harry S. Dent, New York Times bestselling author. We have Dr. Gary Chapman, of the author of the 5 Love Languages, Jonathan Goldsmith, the world's most interesting man. All of these people coming to get involved and learn from us. Many times we have celebrities who want to come to our national convention and share with you guys and teach with you what they're seeing and why they know this is the place to be. This year at our national convention, we're having Tracy Tudor from Bravo's $1 Million Listing. So if you want to come, I'd love to see you there. It's going to be a super fun event. But there's other celebrities getting involved. I don't know if you've heard of Meg the Stallion, but she's a famous rapper right now. And she literally went back to school at Texas Southern University because she wanted to get her degree. And then they said, well, what are you going to do with your degree? And she said, I want to open an assisted living facility. I love my grandma. I want to provide a place for her. That's amazing. Jimmy Buffett's opening Margaritaville themed retirement communities. And Tyler Perry just launched a new TV show called Assisted Living. Everyone's seeing the trend. They're jumping on and getting prepared to ride the wave. But I want to talk about why this is the most lucrative opportunity in single family home investing, right? When we talk about fix and flip, this isn't cash flow. This is cash now. Right? You take the home, you renovate it, and you sell it. And you could be making 20 to 100K, but it's one time. As soon as you sell the house, you're out of the job. So you've got to go get another one and do it again, and another one and do it again. It's cash now. You're still in that rat race. So although this might be fun, it's not as beneficial as the other opportunities that provide cash flow. Single family rentals are hot right now. If you can get your hands on a piece of real estate, you could be making 200, sometimes even in this crazy market, if you own the property before the rents went up, you could be making $1,000 a month. It's exciting. It doesn't buy me a new pair of Jimmy Choos, right? But it's cool. It's good. If you have 100 of them, maybe that's fun. Group homes. Maybe you really have a heart for people who have clean and sober or recovery or justice needs, or developmentally disabled adults, and you want to provide a group home. This provides higher cash flow, $1,000 or more a month. Airbnbs, I love to stay in them. I think this is the coolest thing that has hit the market in the last 20 years. Airbnbs, you can be making $2,000 a month or more. Very cool opportunity. But what we're here to talk about tonight is owning and operating a residential assisted living home. And that's cash flowing, usually on average, minimum $10,000 a month. You see, there's a proverb that says, he who doesn't look ahead remains behind. And you've kind of seen just a little bit tonight about statistics and demographics, and you understand that this could either be a crisis or an opportunity, depending on what side of the wave you're on. Remember, I said I was going to share with you what in-home care looked like for my grandmother. In 2020, the average rate was $24 an hour for in-home care. So when people say, oh, I'm not going to move into a home, I'm going to hire someone to come into my home, at $24 an hour, $24 a day, 7 days a week, that's $17,000 a month for full-time care, on top of your mortgage or lease, your food, and anything else within the home. Okay, let's say you say that's too much. That's crazy. $17,000 a month. No one can afford that. I know that's why it is usually for short term, not long term, right? But hypothetically, you say, well, one of us is going to take nights and weekends with mom. That's still about $4,000 a month, plus the mortgage or the lease, plus food and everything else. So it adds up very, very quickly. The national average to stay in an assisted living home is $4,300 a month. And that's all inclusive, right? Food, care, the home, everything. It's one flat fee that covers it all. So it's actually a lot cheaper to stay in an assisted living home than it is to have in-home care if you weren't aware. Residential assisted living, it's just a group home for seniors that provides assistance with the activities of daily living. Activities of daily living are anything that you do from the moment you get up out of bed to the moment you go to bed, including bathing, showering, going to the bathroom, brushing your hair, taking medication or eating food, right? Walking from one room to the other, standing up, sitting down, everything. It's not a Brookdale, a Sunrise, an Atrium, long hallways, impersonal staff, massive food halls where you're just a number. This is not us. And it's not the opposite side of the spectrum, independent living for mature women living in a home who just need minor help with landscaping. These are the golden girls, but it's not the opposite side either. It's kind of that in between. It's a residential home in a regular single family neighborhood, right? With normal neighbors. Maybe it's a beautiful neighborhood, typically a one-story home, but we have a lot of students with two-story homes. We show you how to get through those barriers to entry in our training. It's usually in a, upscale setting, right? It's a luxury home. It's a large home. And when you look inside, it's got smooth, clean floors, lots of sitting space. The furniture is age appropriate. It's not IKEA. It's what these seniors are possibly used to seeing. And when we go deeper in the home, the bedrooms, they've got beds and dressers. The bathrooms, they're accessible for seniors. Seniors usually bring in their decorations and get to decorate their room. And this is who's living inside the home. Adorable seniors just enjoying their golden years. This is us celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's coming up, this week, I think it's Thursday. So this is us. It's O'Doul's. Don't worry. They're not getting crazy. They're not getting drunk. Although they can have a beer or a wine if they have a doctor's note. But, we celebrate everything in the home, big or small, from Taco Tuesday to a birthday to Christmas to an anniversary, any celebration, because that's what the seniors deserve in their golden years. So I know many of you might be in real estate and some of you might not be in real estate, and that's perfectly okay. For those of you who are in real estate, I want you to use the chat again and write to me. Have you ever gotten a thank you card for someone you did a fix and flip and sold the home to? Or maybe you own an Airbnb. Has someone ever given you flowers for letting you stay in their home? Or any other type of, a big hug from someone you sold, sold a house to? Thank you. You're writing me no. In residential assisted living, almost every single month, I receive 10 cards that have a check for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 wrapped inside a love letter, thanking me for the care that we've provided their family, thanking me for the love that we've given to their mom or dad. They are so thankful and blessed. We get hugs, we get flowers, we get gifts, we get love letters because it means so much to them, because they can go back to being a daughter and a son. They don't have to be the caregiver. You've relieved them of that guilt. And it's a big thing at this time in their life. But what do you really want in life? Do you want purpose and security? Do you want to feel good about your investments and be proud of the work you do? Do you want to have stable cash flow, enough money to live the life you've dreamed of, to not settle and work overtime for not enough pay? Or maybe you want appreciating assets, wealth. That's what you came to Protect Wealth Academy to learn about, leaving that legacy for your family, growing true wealth. So if you are in real estate, and I think there's a couple of you who are, but if you are in real estate, is there, when we talk about competition, right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, what about competition in the market? And all the other categories of real estate, if you're doing any of these, write to me in the chat. If you do wholesale, fix and flip, if you do single family rentals or apartments, maybe short-term rentals, storage units, mobile home parks, raw land and lots, write to me in the chat. There we go. I'm seeing some come in. Okay, perfect. There is a lot of competition in all of these fields. And when we're usually in a room together and I get to ask you guys, hey, raise your hand if you do wholesale, and you look around and there's tons of hands up, and what about raw land and lots? And we go through, and then I say, raise your hand if you're doing residential assisted living. And it's me and maybe one or two other people. There's a lot less competition in this field because the facts and statistics. There are 77 million baby boomers, 10,000 people a day turning 65, 4,000 people a day turning 85, and 90% of seniors would rather stay in their own home. 70% will need daily care for an average of 3.5 years. My crystal ball, my future prediction, they will need home and an assistance at a rapid rate. There is massive beds needed. Harry S. Dent, New York Times bestselling author, wrote in The Demographic Cliff, the opportunities of our lifetimes in real estate development and investing is likely to be in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. I want you to hear from him himself.
This is Harry Dent. He is one of my teachers. He's been my teacher for years. I thought he was full of most of the time.
So do most people.
But he's really accurate. That's the problem. And,
It helps
and his logic works. And so it's an honor.
most of the time.
It's right all the time. So anyway, I'm honored to be here, and I think I meet Harry now second time, so it's great.
I'm honored to be here, and I love entrepreneurs like Gene. I mean, this guy, this is a $1 billion thing. I was just saying, this is a $1 billion idea here. Decentralized nursing homes, assisted living facilities. As it grows and you get more sophistication in systems, who wants, and I went through with my wife's whole family, 12 years of caretaking for her. All mother, father, they never got good service. They were in institutionalized places, $9,000 to $10,000 a month and not good care. So who wouldn't want to put somebody in a suburban home that's right down the road near your grandkids or something and have more intimate service?
Yeah.
Who would not want that?
But anyway, you're on the right track. So please come to RAL Residential Assisted Living Conferences and find out where the future is.
I love that. So fun to hear those guys just chatting about the trends and what they're seeing in the market. That's Harry S. Dent on the furthest side, Robert Kiyosaki seated next to my father, Gene Guarino. And then you may recognize Jonathan Goldsmith, the world's most interesting man, that guy from the Dos Equis commercials. And then Brad Upton, a comedian from Comedy Central. Really fun to see them just hanging out. That's at our RAL National Convention. But there are a lot of misconceptions in this industry. We've been doing this for 7-8 years, and I always get these same questions. You know, insurance is going to be through the roof, or don't I have to work in the home, or do I need medical experience? You know, COVID is going to shut all of this down, and my HOA will never allow it. I'm excited to show you the truths in the industry so that you can be prepared at every turn you take when you come to our training and you learn how to work through every single one of these and you know the steps to take along the journey. Because in the end, this is just a single family home that's cash flowing more than the other opportunities. And it's a business. It truly is. So the 3 smartest ways to participate in residential assisted living. First is owning the real estate and leasing it to an operator. We call this being the preferred real estate provider. You can get twice the fair market rent with a long-term low impact tenant with little or no maintenance. No pit bulls or motorcycles in the living room, no punches in the wall or destroyed bedrooms. We have a client in California, his name's Ryan, they call him Rye Guy. He came to our training and he learned everything and he went back to California. He actually bought a distressed property that he renovated and it's a gorgeous home. And then COVID hit and he said, I don't know if I want to do this. My family is going to move to Nevada. So he called all the assisted living homeowners right around him. And he said, anyone want to lease this from me? I will lease it to you on a 5-year contract at $8,500 a month with a 5% increase year over year. And I'll give you an option to buy. Within 5 calls, he had 3 offers. That's how much this is really like, people want this. The people who are in this industry will love if you want to play this role and own the real estate and lease it to them. This is big money. The second way you can participate is own the real estate and operate the business yourself. This is what we do and what most of our students do. This is how you can make the most and you can control the business. When we go through the numbers in just a bit, this is the category we're going to be talking about. Third, you could be a private lender or a JV partner. A lot of our students also come to the training to do this. Maybe you have a lot of capital and you're at a phase in your life where you say, I don't really want to start anything new, but I'm definitely willing to give to someone who wants to do this, to lend to them, to be a partner with them. And our training is a great place to meet those new operators who may be your perfect partner. So how much money can you make? I know that's what you came here to learn. Show me the money, honey, right? But the first question we have to ask is, how much does assisted living cost? We already went over and we know that the national average is $4,300 per month in the US. But you don't live in the US, you live in a specific state, in a specific city, in a specific, we have to go down to the nitty gritty. How much is it going to cost you? Not just your average American. So today I'm going to be giving you a deal, and it's only going to last for 24 hours. And if you're not sold, then this is your homework. You need to go on this site, grab your phone, take a photo of this site, genworth.com/cost of care. I need you to find out how much it's going to cost for you or your loved one in your area when you need assisted living. When you go to this site, you're going to type in your zip code and you're going to quickly find out your state average. You may even be able to find like your city average there. It's a really cool site. So a lot of people will say, well, I can do this anywhere. I'm mobile. I can do it in any state. So who pays the most? At the top, we've got Delaware, on average, $6,690 a month. You've got Connecticut at $6,300. You've got Kansas at $5,090. You've got Hawaii, California, and Maryland tying at $5,000. But these are the state averages. There's differences within the state, right? So let's take California. We just found California average $5,000. But if you're in Salinas, that's $7,100. San Francisco, $61,000. San Luis Obispo, $5,800. Santa Maria, $5,000. Stockton, $3,500. You see, here's the thing. If you love mom, you're not going to take her to Salinas. And if mom was terrible to you, you're not going to take her to Stockton. You're going to probably have mom right near where you live, the daughter, Judy, the son, Bob. You're going to have them near you. So you, as the business owner, want to find out where is the best place. And doing that demographic research is going to tell the story a lot more. Keep in mind, these are average rates. And remember what we talked about with average homes? I don't want to leave my goldfish there, let alone my mom. So if an average home in Salinas is charging $7,100, a higher, more luxurious, a more upscale home that you probably want your mom in, your beloved mother, it's probably going to be charging $85,000, $9,000 a month. Very, very easy. If you had one residential assisted living home providing you an additional $10,000 a month, would you be more confident and secure knowing you could pay your bills easily and stay in control financially? Or would you be more comfortable knowing you could provide assistance for your parents or loved ones when they need it? Or would you be more fulfilled knowing that you're making a difference and leaving your mark on the world? One REL home can set you free, and I want to go through the numbers and show that to you. So let's start with average. We said US average is $4,300 per month per person. So 4,300 times 10. Every state is going to have a minimum and a maximum. Well, not a minimum, but go with the maximum. They're going to have a maximum of people allowed in your home. It usually ranges from 6 to 16. In Oregon, it's 8. In Wisconsin, it's 14. Texas, 16. Arizona, 10. California, 6. It's all over the place. So it just depends on where you are. So for easy math and a number right down the middle, we're going to go with 10. 4,300 times 10 beds or 10 residents in the home. That's bringing you in $43,000 monthly gross income. But there's overhead. I know. Let's go through it. The two numbers at the bottom is all I want you to focus on right now. In our training, I'm going to go through each of these categories with you, and I'm going to show you the kind of the price bracket you want to stay in for every category. But some of these things you already pay for in your own regular home, right? Cable and landscaping, utilities, maintenance, property insurance, property taxes, all these different things, landscaping, right? But then some of these are kind of weird. Like you're not paying for activities. You're not paying for caregivers or administrators or factoring in for vacancies and liability insurance. So there are some differences when it comes to REL homes. But the two numbers at the bottom, remember I said that's what we're focusing on. 18,000 is if you are going to live in the home, work in the home, sleep in the home, you're going to be taking care of grandmas and doing all this stuff, a hands-on owner. You're not going to hire staff. We do not want you to do this. Listen to me loud and clear. It's not what we do. That's not what I want you to do. I want to focus on that $28,000 a month, because that's when we're hiring the licensed people who love to do this, who want to do this. They're going to work in the home and take care of the residents for you so that you can work on your business, not in it. So let's go back to our example. 28,000 is our overhead each month. And then we have the debt service, the rent, the lease, whatever the case. Can you get a pretty nice home in most parts of the country for $5,000 a month? You can write me in the chat, because I'd love to see if you're tracking with me. In most parts of the country, $5,000 a month should be able to afford you something decent. Thank you for writing me. That's going to leave you with $10,000 of monthly net income, or $120,000 of annual net income. And this is on an average home. So let's go a little nicer. A nicer 10-bed home, $5,500 per month per person times those same 10 residents, bringing you in $55,000 per month. The overhead stays the same because we just said it's a nicer home. So really it's the debt service or rent or lease that's going up. So let's increase it to $7,000 per month. So maybe the home's in a better neighborhood in a nicer part of town, right? That's leaving you with $20,000 of monthly net income, or $240,000 of annual net income on one single family home. Are you kidding? This is amazing. This is exactly what we're doing, what we're teaching our students to do in every single one of our trainings. Our students, Scott and Michelle, they're cash flowing $30K a month on their home in Louisiana, and they are so excited. They come to our trainings just to cheer you guys on, just because they love this industry so much, and they want to help you understand and see how this can become a reality for you. So we talked about Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. They allow 16 residents in a home. So I'm going to use 15 just for easy math, but we're going to be thinking big, luxury, not only more people, but the home is nicer. Everything's bigger, better, right? $7,000 per month per person times those 15 residents, that's bringing you in $105,000 of monthly gross income. I'm going to double our expenses, making it $50,000 a month. Why? Well, you have more residents, so you're going to need more care. You're going to need more food. You're going to need more, right? But also, when I double it, I can provide nicer amenities. Like maybe they have a private chef. Maybe they have a hair salon that a hairdresser comes in. Maybe they got a movie theater in the home. I don't know what they're doing. They could be doing activities every day, multiple activities, whatever they want to be doing, because they can afford a lot more. Now, the debt service, again, let's double it because you have 5 more residents in the home. So we need to accommodate for that. At $15,000 a month, you can get a pretty nice home. So that's leaving you with $40,000 of monthly net income, or $480,000 of annual net income. How are you going to be spending that money? Are you going to be going on more vacations? Are you going to quit your job? Are you going to spend time with the people and, go to the places you always wanted to go? What are you going to be doing? Because this number is that freedom number. It's going to allow you to do what you need to be focused on, what life is about, what you want, right? Not just tied to a job, making you go there over and over. And even better is, I urged you, I said, do one of these homes, but in our training, we're actually going to teach you about a 3-pack. How when you have more homes, you can share resources, you can share staff, you can share residents, and you can make it even more profitable, because if something doesn't work over here, you can move it and kind of make it happen. So if you had 3 homes making you between $10,000 to $40,000 a month each, that's pretty amazing. That's what we do. That's what I want you to do. So let's go over the 5 keys to success in residential assisted living. Location, your team, clients, getting paid, and systems. This wouldn't be a real estate webinar if I didn't talk about location, baby. Location, location, location. But when it comes to RAL, it's about density, demand, and demographics. This is not, if you build it, they will come. Okay, we are not the field of dreams. You can't just say, plop, that's where I'm doing my RAL without doing the research. No, buddy. You've got to learn the right places to put it. So in our training, we teach you all about the levels, right? Level 1 to level 5. Visualize, think about where you live right now. Level 1, okay, imagine you don't want to get out of your car, right, without a gun or a friend. You're a little bit scared. It's a sketchy area, okay? You know what I'm talking about. You know that part of your town. That's level 1. And then we go up the ladder all the way to level 5. Now imagine level 5, luxurious neighborhood, gated neighborhood, maybe not even just gated. Maybe there's a guard at the door. Maybe when someone answers the door, it's not the homeowner, but someone who works in the home. Okay, you get the picture. Level 5, tippy top, level 1, bottom. The sweet spot is that level 3, 4. But when we look into the numbers, this is what we'll find. If the US average is $4,300 per month to live in an assisted living home, then anything below that is below average, our level 1, level 2. Anything less than that $4,000 mark. Anything above it is above average. So that level 3, 4 kind of falls in that $4,000 to $8,000 mark. Now, if you did your research on genworth.com and you found out that your area's average is more like 6,000, then you need to readjust this chart with 6,000 being your average. Does that make sense? So it's not exactly the same for everywhere, but this is just giving you those numbers so that you can get it in your mind. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, I'm going to do level 5, $8,000 to $10,000 a month. That sounds fun. That's what I want to do. I'm going level 5, baby. And that's fun and that's fine. And we have plenty of students who do that. But I do want to tell you, the higher you go to the top, the more likely that that person may be able to afford in-home care, right? You're making your opportunity zone smaller. You're shrinking your opportunity zone. So they exist. And most of our students doing these are extremely successful, but I just want to warn you, level 3, 4, you're going to stay full. You're going to have a lot more market zone, a lot more people who can afford you. Donald and Talinda Kelly, they came to our training. They said, thank you to the REL Academy. It's been amazing, the support we've received from you guys. We wouldn't have been able to make this journey without you. Before they even came to our training, we gave them our foundations course. These are videos that you watch before coming to class. It gets you in the right headset, heart set, mindset, so that when you come to class and you learn everything you need to know, you go home and you take action. And they opened their own 12-bed home in Kansas City. It's a gorgeous property. Jean went to visit them, and we love blasting them on social media because it's a really, really cool property. It's beautiful. The second factor is your team. You are not it. You got to build your team and then repeat it and scale. This is our manager, Mariella. She oversees all 3 of our homes. She's absolutely incredible. She does the hiring and firing of the caregivers. She figures out all the shifts. She tours the families and makes sure that they're a good fit for the home. She makes sure that there's groceries and that the chef is there. She coordinates the landscaping and all of the independent contractors. She is the bones, the heart of the company. We just own the real estate and the business. She's the one doing all the day-to-day work. So you want to make sure that you have the right people on your team. And that's what we teach you, how to find the right people for the right seats. Right people, right seats, right? If you're a business owner, you know that. Brad and Angie, they came to our training and they said the bank appraised our first REL business for $1.4 million without the real estate. They were excited to fund our second and our third home. Thank you, Jean and the Rala team. You see, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't give you the same opportunity that I gave to Brad and Angie to become financially free off one REL home and now just opening a second and a third just for fun, just to bring value to your community. That's exciting. Number 3 is your clients. The resident is actually not your client. The kids are the key. And then that fill it fast marketing formula. So who is your client, right? I just said it. The resident is not your client. It's the daughter, Judy. It's the son, Bob, the granddaughter, Zoe, whatever you want to call them. It's the family. You need to make sure that you're marketing appropriately to them, that you're located appropriately for them, and that they know and want what you have in your home. Marketing is key to get the right person in your home. We taught that to Ogita and her family. They said, thank you to Rala. My family's opened 4 homes since we've taken your course. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What if you were cash flowing like Ogita and her family? That's incredible. Or Rocky and Sherry. Their vision is to open 100 luxury REL homes and sell them to the private equity. They're excited to be in the right place at the right time. You see, we gave Rocky and Sherry our profitability calculator. It's this incredible tool that you can plug in all these numbers and just play to your heart's desire. We want to spend more on this or less on this. We want to charge this or pay our caregivers this. You can plug it all in and it's going to give you any pro forma that you want to see to come up with those projections to share with your investors. An incredible tool, that profitability calculator. But what about getting paid? Do not focus on Medicaid. Focus on private pay residents and maximize LTC insurance. So where does the money come from? If it costs $4,300 per month to stay in these homes, how are people paying for it? Well, some pay with Medicare, some are subsidized by the VA, some have LTC or long-term care insurance, some have cash, IRA, investments, some sell their homes and use the cash from that. And of course, there's those people, my favorite, who say, I'm going to let my kids figure it out. There's a phrase in fitness that I feel like really bodes well with this. Failing to prepare means preparing to fail. Don't set your kids up for a disaster, right? Give them a blessing, not a burden. You know, this could be an incredible legacy that you leave to your children. Cash flowing businesses, a place for you to go so they don't have to worry about you. It could be a really nice thing. This is Walt. He was a legend in the assisted living industry in Arizona. He had one of the most gorgeous, definitely level 5 homes I've ever seen. He had floor to ceiling fish tank. He had a room that had a poker table and they would smoke cigars in it. And it had this ventilation so that the cigar smoke wouldn't go in the house. I'm not sure seniors should be smoking cigars, but he wanted it anyways. It had 10 private bedrooms, 10 private bathrooms. It was super, super luxe. He came to the training because we said, please come. You know so much more than us. Tell us what we're missing. And he came and he said, I've been in the business for over 15 years. And in the 3-day class, Gene showed me how I was leaving over $15,000 a month on the table. That's over $2 million in those 15 years. I felt sick to my stomach, but also grateful to find out too. Thank you, Rolla. Absolutely amazing. Now, when we talk about systems, this is saving yourself time, energy, and money. You see, systems are critical for success. When we talk about team building, it's about identifying, training, and retaining that right staff for you. And then real estate. Some of you may be pros in this. It's kind of the easy part when it comes to RAL, location, acquisition, renovation. But then also funding. You don't have to use your own money for this. We actually don't encourage you using your own money. We show you the 7 ways to fund your RAL, as well as partners. Who are you going to work with? Who's going to be on your team through this, right? We go through the 94 questions you need to ask before partnering up with someone. And then operations. What needs to be in your policies and procedures, your emergency plans, your menus and schedules, all that good stuff. You see, Carla Lee, she came to our training. She said, I took the course in February. I had a business in July. I spoke to others in my area and it took years for them to get their doors open because they didn't have the support that I had. That's incredible. She had 9 homes in less than 3 years. 9 homes. What if you were cash flowing like Carla Lee was? She was 26 in this photo. There's no excuses. If she can do it, you can do it. No real estate background, no money in the bank. She used other people's money and she was cash flowing like crazy. And then we have Sean. Sean's in Texas. He said, I opened my first home after a couple months of finishing the course. My second home's up and running and I'm working on my 3rd and 4th. And hallelujah, I quit my corporate job. Can you see yourself doing this? I hope that this is starting to become, a reality for you, that you could really see yourself in these students' footsteps. Or Mark and Jessica, they're a father-daughter team, just like me and my dad were. They took the course and now they have 2 homes up and running. Thank you for the support and resources and encouragement along the way. We gave them a roadmap to success. So when they came to their training, when they left, they had that roadmap that told them step by step, absolutely everything they needed to do to open the home. But the real question is, are you going to be our next success story? Because I'm doing you a disservice if I don't get you to this training, because I want to change your life, but ultimately it's up to you. You have to decide what you want to do at this point. You can have your matrix moment and take that blue pill and keep living in the matrix, or maybe it's Men in Black and flash. Forget everything that you learned here today. Pretend you don't know the silver tsunami is coming and just, keep on living your life. 2, you can try to DIY this. Go on YouTube, try to find a video and figure it out. I'm wishing you the best of luck. And 3, you can hire me and help you build the life of your dreams, because that's what I want to do, show you how. I've already talked to you about the 5 keys to success, right? Location, your team, clients, getting paid, and systems. We went over the 3 smartest options to participate in RAL. And we talked about how you can have a long-term, low-impact tenant who's paying you twice the fair market rent with little or no maintenance. We went over how you can make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, even $40,000 a month on one single family home being used as a residential assisted living home. You've heard me talk all about this concept, and you may be saying to yourself, I'm excited. I want to learn more. I think I could do this. I see myself opening an RAL home. I want to make money and I want to be free. I want to get my time back. Do good, do well. That sounds good to me. You want to get out of your comfort zone and make a change. I have a solution for you, and that's to take that next step, to take action. We host 3-day trainings similar to what you participated in with Protect Wealth Academy. We have them live in Phoenix, Arizona, or virtually online on Zoom, just like this one. We host 8 events per year, but they're only for serious people who are ready to change their lives and take actions. With the people I've seen participating in the chat, I know that some of you are tracking with me. You understand this. You get what is ahead. Our 3-day training is where you're going to learn step by step how to own and operate your own residential assisted living home. We're going to cover financing, operations, how to find the home, fund the home, and fill the home. We're going to show you how to hire your staff members, how to create your own 3-pack. We're going to walk you through the business plan, raising capital, and getting your license. Write down these dates. These are our next 3 training dates. March 31st through April 3rd is our next training date. I want to say we literally have maybe 5 seats available. So if you're on tonight and you want to take advantage of that, the training course typically is $4,997. Your investment today is $2,997. But I talked to Don and Kendall and they said I can give you a special deal. So when you go to RAL3day.com, I think Kendall's going to be able to put it in the chat, so it'll be a clickable link for you. But when you go there, I want you to type in the promo code PW. So I know that you came from Protect Wealth, capital PW. This will give you an additional $1,000 discount, making your investment today only $1,997. So when you go to RAL3day.com, it's going to bring you to a page like this. And it's going to ask you, do you have a promo code? You're going to type in that code, capital PW. And then you're going to view your new price, $1,997. For those of you who want to take action today, because I said I was going to have this promo code run for 24 hours, I also want to sweeten the deal by giving you 3 bonuses. I want to make this irresistible to you. I gave these videos to Brad and Angie before they came to class. You'll get these right away. They're going to get you in that right headset, heart set, mindset. So when you come to class, you're prepared to receive that information. So when you leave class, you're ready to go. Then I'm going to give you the roadmap to success. This is what Mark and Jessica used after class. All they did was come to class and follow the step-by-step plan. And now they're cash flowing on their 2 homes. It's incredible. You could be doing that too. This bonus is yours. Bonus number 3, what Rocky and Sherry used, that profitability calculator. This is available to you because I want you to play to your heart's desire, see how much money you could be making on your residential assisted living home. You see, one RAL home could get you to that freedom number. It could be your freedom for your future. If nothing else, just think about you need to do one of these homes so you could provide a place for your parent or loved one to live for free, or maybe even yourself if and when you need it. Today, your investment $1,997 when you use that promo code PW at RAL3day.com. In our training, you're going to learn about the best opportunities for RAL in any area. I saw someone write in the chat about Houston. They said, hey, I toured a home in Houston and it didn't have that great of rates. Well, that's okay. You don't have to do a home in your area. Live where you want, invest where it makes sense. We're going to teach you how to determine if a property is right for you. We're going to teach you how to attract investors so you can get the funding that you need. You don't have to use your own wealth for this. We're going to show you how you can be a hands-off owner and find that right team, how to fill your home quickly with the highest paying clients, and how to do it all without your own capital. You can fast track to your success in 3 to 6 months with the information from our training. You're going to learn how to do one REL home and be set for life. Of course, with that take action, you're going to get those 3 bonuses. This discount's going to last for the next 24 hours. So basically tomorrow night, right around this time, it's just about 6:25 now. I'm going to shut it off right then. So if you're ready, take that next step, RAL3day.com. Use that promo code PW. I want to thank you guys so much for letting me be here with you this evening. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dawn and Kendall, for letting me come on and share with your audience. Thank you guys for participating. It was a lot of fun. So thank you so much. Hi, Dawn.
Isabelle, you're so good. You're such, you know what? You added such clarity, and I'm going to add another little bonus to this.
Yeah.
For our students. If they attend a live class, I'll sit down with them and
Ooh, yeah.
let's teach you how to structure this. What's the legal structure that's going to best fit your needs? And we'll sit down, we'll strategize, but again, I get to attend these classes. I've walked through their homes, and when you walk through the home, it's like, I'd put mom here. It is so much above what, oh my gosh, my grandma had, what my mom, what my dad had. It is, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
All right. If it looks like we really didn't open up a lot of questions, but Jan's asking, what's the minimum bed number you can start with to make sure your staff is efficient?
Oh, good question. We like to use the 5-to-1 ratio. So 5 residents to 1 caregiver. So if your state, most states fall between that 6 and 16 amount of residents allowed. So you're going to have staff to accommodate that 5-to-1. And in the evening, you could go up to 8-to-1 or 10-to-1, just depends. But during the day, 5-to-1 is good. So you're going to want enough staff to be able to kind of cover that.
Okay, and Isabelle has to run, but let me see if there's another question. I recently toured a nice medium-sized facility in Houston. Their fees were more likely like $3,500 a month.
Yep. So it may be that in your area. I would be curious if you go to genworth.com, Leo, type that in and see what is the average rates in your area. Because if that 3,500 was way under it, then it will be important to figure out why. What are they not providing? What is happening when you leave that facility? What's going on?
Okay, great. And do I need to be Medicare certified?
No, we really focus on private pay clients, and that's what we're going to teach you to do. That's kind of how you can get the highest paying clients in your home, that long-term care insurance, that private pay. So you don't necessarily need to focus on those Medicare clients.
You know, and that's a critical thing, because you're really looking for a little above the average, aren't you? There's too many big box places that be happy to take the Medicare, but you're looking for a little bit nicer home, a little bit nicer, and those, I don't know. I like the area that you're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, in California, is there licensing requirements in every state, isn't there?
Yep. Yep. In every state. The local site, I'll type it in for you, but it is genworth.com/cost of care. Dwight was asking that. In every state, there's licensing requirements. So we do want you to be licensed. Hear me loud and clear. There are plenty of unlicensed REL homes, and that is not what we are teaching. We want you to follow the book. There are barriers to entry in this industry. And there's a reason why you can make so much money in this industry, because not everyone's willing to jump through those hoops to go through that. But when you have a coach or mentor who's willing to teach you and take that on with you, it makes it a lot easier. So make sure you're setting yourself up, and that's why I disencourage DIYing it. Find that mentor or coach, whether it's me or someone else, but we are the best of the best here.
Their 3-day training is phenomenal to be able to answer these questions, to get over all these hurdles. And yes, I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, please take advantage of that.
Yes.
Show us that link one more, or Kendall put it in the chat screen, but show that one more time, would you?
Yes, RAL3day.com. And I think I'm going to try to make it clickable in there for you too. I think we might have to add
I think Kendall's made it clickable in their chat screen.
Perfect. And
So-
then that code word PW, that's going to give you that $1,000 discount just for you guys here this weekend. And I'll make sure to get you those bonuses. Also, when Dawn and Kendall, when we finish up tonight, I'm going to send them the link to the free book and just give you all of that for free for being here and spending your evening with me. So thank you for
And
being here.
Isabelle, I will see you in 2 weeks at your
Yes.
event in Phoenix.
So
I'm
excited.
so excited.
It's really
Hey.
full, for real. I think there's like 5 spots left until we sell out. I was telling Kendall that it's going to be a
Oh.
massive class. So
All right. Well,
if
we're
that's a
going to
date
have
that
fun.
works, get
And I'll
registered.
sit down with our students and I love those classes.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for being here. I love your energy, but love your information. What a
Yeah.
neat opportunity.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys. It was great.
Thanks, Isabelle. Have a great night. Thanks everyone for being on. Have a terrific evening. Bye-bye.